Hey guys, this is Mr. H. Hey, I wanted to go over a couple examples on how to evaluate functions. And as we saw before, basically whenever you are given an input, wherever you see the x, you're going to replace it with that input. So in this example, I have f of x equals the absolute value of x plus 2 plus 3. And then they want us to find what is f of 6. So the input is 6, so wherever you see an x, you're going to replace it with 6, everywhere. Now, another good thing to do is when you're replacing the x, it would be good to put the input in parentheses, and I'll explain why a little later. In this example, what we have is, so this is going to be the absolute value of 6 plus 2, which is going to be the absolute value of 8 plus 3. And then the absolute value of 8 is just a positive 8 plus 3, so that's going to be 11. So f of 6 is equal to 11. What that means is that when the input is 6, the output is going to be 11. Okay? Let's do another example. All right. In this example, we have a function. It is g of t equals a negative 4 raised to the 3t power. And then they want us to find what is g of a negative 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the input, a negative 1, and wherever we see a t, we're going to substitute the negative 1 in for it. So this is going to be g of a negative 1 equals a negative 4 raised to the 3. And again, I'm going to put that input, I'm going to replace the t with a negative 1, and notice I put it in parentheses. Now, all you're going to do is evaluate this. So this is going to be a negative 4. 3 times a negative 1 is going to be a negative 3. And we're almost done. Now, you should know your exponent rules. Remember my rules, my rule number 4 from the exponent rap. Rule number 4, and I ain't no snitch, but when I see a negative, I flip it and switch. So this is going to be 1 goes to the top, a negative 4, and I switch the sign down here. So this is 1 over a negative 4 to the third power. So 4 times 4, or a negative 4 times a negative 4 is going to be 16. 16 times a negative 4 is going to be a negative 64. So 4 to the third power is going to be a negative 64. So that's our answer. So g of a negative 1 is equal to 1 over a negative 64. That's it. So once you substitute in the input, you just you got to just simplify it until you get down to the basic, most simplified answer. Now I got one more. This one has it has variables as the input. So I have the function h of x equals x squared minus 5, and they want us to find what is the output when the input is x minus 4. So again, we're just going to go through, and wherever we see an x, we're going to replace it with x minus 4. So this is going to be x, this is going to be h, x minus 4, and then we're going to put in x minus 4, and we put it in parentheses, we square that, and now we got minus 5. Now, what we need now is we need a box because we're going to do some multiplication here. So this is going to be x minus 4, and this is going to be x minus 4. We're going to take care of this. So x times x is going to be x squared. X times a negative 4 is going to be a negative 4x. X times a negative 4 is going to be a negative 4x. And then a negative 4 times a negative 4 is going to be a plus 16. We can combine these two like terms. So we're going to have x squared minus 8x plus 16. So that's what we're going to put over here to simplify. It's going to be x squared minus 8x plus 16 minus 5. Now we're almost done. We just got to do one more step to simplify this. X squared minus 8x, and 16 minus 5 is going to be 11. So that's our answer. So h of x minus 4 is equal to x squared minus 8x plus 11. We can't simplify that anymore. Okay? So that's our answer. And that's how you evaluate functions. Whatever input they give you, replace wherever the x or the variable is, you're going to replace it everywhere. And then you simplify. You evaluate. If there's numbers, it'll simplify down to one number. If there's variables, you got to keep going until you get it simplified. But this is it. All right, guys. Hope this helps.